things broke down in my marriage. How did things break down in my marriage? Are you being blessed? Can I tell you how things spoiled in my marriage? All right, so the first thing that happened in my marriage was my husband used to be very loving, used to be very, everywhere. He will go out, he will talk about me, he will do this, he will do. After a while, when I kept doing all these little different things I called small, at some point, he just started changing, stopped being that usual loving person. Not that he was doing anything bad to me, but when someone just begins to withdraw, you just notice the person is withdrawing from you. The light, there used to be this light in his eyes. Anytime he sees me or he's talking about me, it's as if the light went off. There was now just no more light. But one thing I noticed was that he started to withdraw. So he will rarely say a word to me except it is necessary. And most times when you ask him, he will say it's because I don't want us to argue. Because if I say this thing now, you will misinterpret what I'm saying and it will become a problem. So in order to avoid an argument, a quarrel, let me not talk. And these things, I don't know if anybody has experienced anything like this in their marriage. And another thing that started happening was that instead of us to be bonding, instead of us to be growing, instead of us to be building intimacy as young couples will, instead what started happening was that we started growing apart. We just started growing apart. These things did not happen overnight. It took years. We just started growing apart. We started to endure our relationship. We were not enjoying it anymore. We come out, we smile, everybody sees us smiling, but when we get home, we know that there's nothing to smile about. And one day, well, for me, the biggest one was when I just kept seeing my husband become who he is not. So if I want to start talking, he starts to raise defensive mechanisms. He will raise his voice, and I'm like, what have I turned this man into? And that was the point that I cried. I begged God. I pleaded with God. I knew that God had given me a good thing, but I was using my own hands to destroy it. If there was one prayer I prayed as a young girl, 16 years old, I told God I wanted peace in my home. I wanted peace in my marriage. I wanted a man that would give me peace. I fasted for it. I sowed seeds towards it. God brought it.